わけではない。やはり訓練なのだ。一つの技を完成させ、それを持続させるには当たり前のことだが、たゆまぬ日頃の努力が必要である。それでこそ初めて超人的なアイアンクローが生まれるのだ。
Okay, so I got a lot of positive feedback from my first Kerry Von Erich video. I'll put a link in the description, but the video was basically covering an article from Kerry Von Erich where he was giving his 10 commandments of fitness, his rules for fitness. I went through that in the video. I covered that. And I also did a biography on Kerry Von Erich. I talked about his background. I introduced the viewer to who Kerry Von Erich was. And that video got a lot of good feedback. And as I said in that video, I have been looking and searching for a set workout routine so I could review it for the channel from Kerry Von Erich. I just happened to lay down last night and I thought to myself, I hadn't looked at my wrestling magazine collection in a while. Let me look through them as I lay down and kind of unwind and get ready to go to sleep. I grabbed 3 issues randomly. I started looking through it, and in the spring 1983 edition of Ringside Magazine, I found an article titled Kerry Von Erich's Secret Workout Routine. I was very thrilled to find this. And when I saw it and read it, I was like, I definitely have to cover this from the channel. This article filled in a lot of the missing puzzle pieces about Kerry's workout routine. So it gives me a much better idea of how he would train. So let's get into this article. I'm going to go through it point by point, and then I'm going to do a recap at the end of the video about what we've learned about Kerry Von Erich's workout. Okay, I took notes going through this article, Kerry Von Erich's Secret Workout, and let's go through it, and I'm going to discuss what I learned. The first thing he talks about is he trains 6 days a week, and he rests on Sunday. So he goes all the way Monday through Saturday, takes a rest on the 6th day. And his workout routine breakdown is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He trains chest, shoulders, and tries. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, he trains back and buys. There's no mention of legs and abs, and I'm going to touch on that later and kind of give my theory on it. The workout duration is an hour and a half. Now, he mentions a trainer, Catherine Murray, and that is the woman that he would marry in 1983. That's his wife. That's his daughters, Lacey and Holly's mother. I think he was just mentioning her as a trainer, that she's like his support system. I don't believe she was actually training him. I think he just wanted to give a nod to his new wife. So he mentions Kathy Murray. The other thing he talks about is he started weight training at 15. And the reason he began training with weights is because of his love of the discus. As I said in the last video, he was a very good discus thrower. He set some state records, and he could have potentially gone to the Olympics, but we boycotted the Olympics that year. So he missed his window to go. The other people he gives credit to for getting him interested in training with weights and training with bodybuilding is first wrestler Ken Mantell, and then he mentions wrestler Skip Young. And he said that they put him on a basic routine and that he stuck with it. Another fascinating thing is he mentions meeting Arnold. And he said that Arnold Schwarzenegger gave him pointers and that he became an inspiration to him. Now, this article came out in 1983, and he mentions that the meeting was 6 years prior. This would have put it at 1977, the year Pumping Iron came out. Now, there's a picture of Arnold and Kerry together, but it looks more like that's at a later date, maybe like 81 or 82. Arnold has the long hair, like he would have had for his role as Conan the Barbarian. But this meeting, according to the magazine, would have taken place when Kerry was 17 and in the year 1977. So that means that Kerry actually met Arnold more than once, because I've seen that picture of them together, and that led me to believe it was only a one-time meeting, but apparently Kerry met him as a teenager as well. The article gives some stats. I don't know if these are exaggerated. They said at the time, 1983, Kerry was 6'5", 243. That sounds a bit exaggerated on height and weight, but he said the goal was to reach 255 pounds while maintaining the same muscle structure, basically meaning he wanted to add more muscle mass without adding fat. Now, he says again, everyone must formulate their own routine suited best for them. And as I said, this article predates the Kerry's 10 Commandments of Fitness, but you see the similarity there. He said the same thing in 1985. So that leads me to believe that this is actually Kerry talking about his routine and giving me advice, since you see the similarities there and him saying the same thing. He mentions that bodybuilding takes time, it takes patience, and he studied multiple routines. He read all kinds of different bodybuilding magazines, tried different routines. Now, he says that he trains each body part at least 8 sets, and then he uses an 8 to 10 rep range. Again, this is consistent with his 10 Commandments of Fitness article, which would come out about 2 years later in 1985. He says that he rests for 45 seconds in between sets. The target of 8 rep range, if he reaches the 9th and 10th rep and he doesn't have much trouble getting the 9th and 10th rep up, it signals to him that it's time to add more weight to his lifts. And then he mentions his dad, Fritz. He said Fritz instilled in him the idea of never giving up, and that he wants to win the title from Ric Flair and become NWA World Champion, which a year later he would in 1984 after his brother David passed. So that was a quick rundown of the article. Now let's give a recap of the workout, and I'll tell you what I think about it and kind of give my theory on it. Okay, so to close out this video, let's do a recap of what I've learned about Kerry's workout. Number 1, train 6 days a week, rest on Sunday. Number 2, we're training chest, shoulders, and tries on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then number 3, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, we're doing back and buys. Number 4, the workout duration is an hour and a half. Number 5, we're looking at 8 sets per body part. And then each exercise, each set's going to be in the 8 to 10 rep range. Still, there is a question on leg and ab training, since that was omitted and not mentioned. Now, let's see what we can kind of glean from this. If we're looking at 8 sets per body part, we can kind of figure that maybe he's going for 2 exercises per body part here at 4 sets each. So, for chest, potentially he could be doing something like bench and flies. 4 sets, and then you're doing 8 to 10 reps per exercise. Tries, he might do push downs and French press. shoulders, barbell press, and perhaps dumbbell raises. And we know he's done these exercises because there are pictures of him doing them, and there is video footage, workout montages of him doing these exercises. So he's got a certain set and rep scheme that he's doing, but perhaps he's just using different exercises. And that's kind of the picture I'm gathering here. And then back, he may be doing pull downs. Seems like he likes the lat pull downs a lot. I've seen a lot of pictures and footage of this, whether it's doing the wide grip or I see a lot of pictures and video of him doing the narrow grip and the reverse grip pull downs. Biceps, I've seen the dumbbell curl, the barbell curl, and the preacher curl. So those are all potential exercises that he might have been doing. Like I said, he's at least doing 2 exercises per body part. We know that. And we're probably looking at about 4 sets. And then, of course, the 8 to 10 rep range. Now, legs and abs, there's a question on this. Abs, I've actually seen him doing sit-ups, decline sit-ups in one of his workout montage videos. The question is just where is he plugging these in at? Perhaps maybe just throwing some ab work in at the end of a workout day. Now, there was a clue that I found on legs. His brother, Chris Von Erich, stated that they would train their legs every other week. And Kerry doesn't have small legs. So I don't think he was skipping leg day entirely. Maybe he was just throwing them in as accessory work. Maybe he was just doing one big leg day every other week. I'm not sure. But that's still a big question mark because it's just strange that, legs was completely omitted from the workout article. But we do have that clue from Chris that says that they would train them every other week, and that came from, I believe, the August 1985 issue of PWI. So this would have been 2 years later. But anyway, I hope that filled in some gaps on Kerry Von Erich and his workout. As you can see, you could kind of piece together what one of his workouts would have looked like, even though there's no set one exactly written down. You have his number of sets, you have his rep scheme, and you have an idea of what exercises he might have interchanged in and out. So you can, it's a pretty safe bet that you can put together your own Kerry Von Erich workout routine with this knowledge and train closely to how he did. So that's the recap. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as I said, if you haven't watched my first one on Kerry Von Erich, please go check that one out. I think I might have some more material for actually a third video. It's going to take a bit more research, but I hope you enjoyed it. Hope everybody's having a great week, and please like and subscribe.